Right, welcome back everybody. I recorded the first part of this video quite a while ago. I was putting off doing the review of the completed kit for a while because I wanted to do that after I'd put all the stickers on. But it's been months now and I still haven't bothered with the stickers because they're little and finicky and a bit aggravating. So I'm just going to look at the completed Zaku without stickers. And to be honest, it looks okay without them. It's already got quite a fair bit of surface detail going on already, so it doesn't particularly need all of the stickers. I might still put them on at a later date, we'll see. Anyway, in terms of articulation, you got 2 joints in each foot, plus the ankle ball socket, which is quite good. The leg will swivel a little. The knee, when you do that, the front thigh plate and the grey knee plate will both shift around on the inner frame, and then when you swivel it back, they'll lock back into place. And because this cable here is on a spring, that's not going to get in the way at all. And a similar sort of thing will happen with the upper arm. That back plate will move just a little bit, but it's mostly in the leg, which is a gimmick that they had on the first real grade Gundam and they've carried over to Char's Zaku here. Skirt plates will all move, but that's mostly so that they'll get out the way of the leg articulation. In particular, these front skirts like to pop off if you do that. So you can move his leg all the way forward, but that causes the front armour to drop off. Just put that back in its ball socket. There we go. The waist is relatively unhindered for a Zaku. Usually on high grade Zakus they don't have much of a waist armour at all, due to much of a waist joint at all, sorry, due to how the arm goes. But on this one, there's a little bit of motion on a ball socket there. Put more of those cables connect into the backpack. These ones are solid, they're not on springs, because they don't need to articulate. Shoulders swivel backwards and forwards. They'll pop out, they'll pull out from the torso a bit, and they'll also swivel all the way around. So you should be able to get those into whatever pose you want. The shoulder armour comes out like that, so those are never going to get in the way of any poses you want to do with them. Just move those. The wrists are on your regular ball sockets, not much to talk about there, except these little grey parts will fall off when you're changing the hands. There's nothing keeping them in there, so just be aware of that. The hands, essentially the same as the real grade Gundams. You've got a ball socket at the base of the thumb, index finger, and the 3 other fingers share the one ball socket at their base. And all 3 of those also have a hinge for the middle joint. There's a gap in the palm which will fit a corresponding peg on each of the weapons. The head will go from side to side to a fair old degree, as much as you're going to need it to anyway. Something that's quite neat, there is a little gear mechanism in there. That means the eye camera will move from side to side along with the head's movement. It's a bit hard to capture that on camera. I'm not entirely sure if that's picking up. So there's a clear plastic part in front of the actual camera lens, so that's picking up all the glare. You can't really see it. Ooh. The side skirt armour also likes to pop off. Ooh. No, that doesn't want to go back on. Yeah, this is the thing with the real grade line. There's lots of little pieces with not very much weight or gripping power. So they'll look good once you've got them stood in a pose, but actually getting there they'll like to shed armour. In terms of weapons, we've got the axe. You see the little peg, which will fit into the palm. You can then close the fingers around it, and that's going to stay in there. In addition to the peg, the fingers actually have fairly decent grip and power, so that's not going to fall out. Also, there is a little hole on the back and on each hip, which you can attach this clip to, and then the axe will just store on there. That's handy. There is also a little fold down flap which is meant to store the bazooka, but it doesn't really grip it particularly well. It'll sort of stay in there. It's fairly loose. Both the bazooka and the machine gun, so they have this little moving handle on the side, so the Zaku can grip it two-handed. They've got a peg that flips out of the handle. We'll just flip it out on the machine gun as well. And the scope will also move on both weapons. And the Zaku can grip them with in the same fashion as it grips the axe. So you just put the peg in, close the fingers around it, and that's staying in there. You can have it brace the stock against its chest, like that. And that's about it, aside from your tiny little figure of the pilot, Char assembled there, with his teeny tiny little mask and little cape. Yeah, overall, this is a really good kit. I'd get another real grade, I think. I've got this one in the Gundam already. Not so sure if I'd get the regular Zaku, which is the same as this except moulded in green. You even get the little command spike if you want to make a normal commander that's not red. I might not get that now that I've got this, because they look good once they're made, but it's a bit of a long and aggravating process putting them together in lots of little parts, and doing the same thing over again might just annoy me a bit too much, I think. But all in all, it's worthwhile getting. If you had to get one real grade between this and the Gundam, I'd be inclined to go for this because it has slightly fewer little pieces that pop off. But it's a pretty close run thing. It would just come down to whichever suit you prefer, I suppose. Right, that's it for this review. I shall see you whenever I record something else, which could be a while, could be tomorrow, who knows. Right, cheerio.